Hey guys, my name's Alberto, aka Destroyer 48, aka Subscribe for Nuts. Ha ha ha! Having all my treat in my backyard. We're here for another movie review. Today's movie review I'm gonna do is for Terminator 2: Judgment Day, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Terminator, um, Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor, Edward Furlong as John Connor, and Robert Patrick as T-1000 Terminator. Um, let's begin, shall we? Um, well, of course, this is gonna. This you had Terminator 1. Now we have Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Um, by the way, we're gonna go over some scenes of the movies and see if you like it. If you've seen this movie already, well, you're gonna get my opinion on it on scenes. And if you haven't seen the movie, well, then I'm gonna go over scenes and see if it's your liking, and maybe you can go check it out. Go either you can go on Amazon and get it, or rent it off the internet, or just see scenes of it and see if it's your cup of tea, and maybe become a Terminator fan just like the rest of us. All right, let's go over some scenes over um, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Um, you're gonna have the T-1000 Terminator come from the future. He's gonna end somewhere in the city. This is gonna be Los Angeles again. Um, he comes in somewhere in the city, and like when the Terminator comes, it's always like this is electrifying the fences, all this stuff. It's out in somewhere near a there's electrical technical stuff like electrical small power plant, whatever. It burns through a fence. They usually come in a ball, and then it comes out a Terminator, and there's a T-1000, and he takes over. A cop goes to There's a cop that goes to investigate what's going on, and T-1000 takes him down, kills him, and takes the shape of him. Now we see in the T-1000 Terminator. Um, you're gonna see him kill people, and he can turn and look like them, and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about the rest of the things he could do, and he's doing like liquid metal stuff, changing into people, changing to this cop. And then you're gonna have the regular Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's gonna appear somewhere, the ball, everything's gonna appear nude. By the way, they appear nude. So when Arnold, I'm sorry, when the Terminator, okay, yeah, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he comes nude, he's gonna go into this honky tonk place, and he's gonna look for some clothes. He goes to this gentleman. He goes inside. He's all naked. The waitress taking out. Everybody's checking him out. And there's like a motorcycle guy with a beard, and the Terminator, you know, takes him out. And there's a fight in the bar, and I think they even stab him at one time, and he's okay. He's a Terminator. Uh, for you guys that don't know much about the Terminator, Terminator is like a clone. It's like not a clone because it's like a robot inside, all metal and stuff, and it has skin and blood, hair, everything in the outside, and they feel no pain, and they don't have pain. They don't fear nothing. They just go, you know. So he does get stabbed. There's a scuffle with him and that hairy gentleman or biker and other bikers in the pool hall or bar slash bar, one of those. It's like a billiards, and he is successful. And he goes at the end of the fight, once he takes out mostly everybody or anybody that wants to face him. He goes into the kitchen, throws that guy in there. They end up in there in the fight, and he ends up taking the guy's clothes because he he sees everything electronically, and it shows that this guy is to his fitting, like the same size and everything. So he comes out. He has all his he has a leather jacket, all his motorcycle clothes on. At the end, I always remember at the end when he gets out of that establishment, the cook, or I don't know what he is. He's like the owner or something. Big fat guy has a shotgun and sunglasses, and the Terminator wants to take that man's bike too. And and then that gentleman says he shoots. He's like, I think he shoots in the air. Like, you can't be taking the man's bike. Terminator goes up to him. This guy's scared stiff. He just takes his shotgun, and then he takes the glasses too that he has right here, and he's all cool and everything. He leaves. And a pretty cool scene. And these Terminators are gonna go look for John Connor. There's scenes where John Connor, he's with a friend of his, a little friend. They like to, he likes to ride his not it's like his it's like a dirt bike, I would say. It's not a regular bike. It's not a motorcycle. It's a dirt bike. You know, gasoline operated. He goes with his friend. One of the first scenes they show is they go to a bank, and John Connor, he has like an electrical video game kind of deal with a attached to a bag. He takes it out. Him and his friend go to a bank. They go to the ATM, and he knows how to rig the ATM to get money. He gets money, and they go and he goes with his friend. They take off. When they take off, his little friend's carrying a radio, playing a song by Guns N' Roses, I believe it is. Um, they do go to John's house. He has step parents, um, and they usually get on him like, hey, like his stepmom's like trying to step up, hey, get him to go clean his room, and they tell him like, hey, go clean your room, and they're outside. And he goes, hey, go do what your mother says. And he goes, it's not my mother, Todd. So I guess the stepdad's name's Todd. And they take off again. They go play video games. Uh, I remember the T-1000 Terminator actually goes to the step parents' house, and they're like, where I'm looking for John Connor, but being all nice. And they're like, is he in trouble? Like, no. They give him a picture, and wow, he has a picture of John Connor. He's like, a nice looking boy. Can I keep it? Like, yeah. I don't know why he needs to keep it. They keep memory of all the of in their head. They have memory of everything they get. So I don't know. He wanted the picture, and then he goes, hey, another big guy was looking at him, and then and then the T-1000 says, oh, him. I wouldn't worry about him. They're referring to Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like that part. It's really cool because he's like, yeah, I know about him, because there's a race to go get John Connor. And then there's the scene where John Connor and his little friend have gone to the arcade. They're playing and all that. T-1000 is asking little kids in the arcade for him. Arnold, I'm sorry, the Terminator is there as well, and they both get to find John Connor. T-1000 was really zeroing him. It looks like he was coming close in the arcade to find him, because kids everywhere telling him where he was at. He kept asking kids. But they end up getting there around the same time. T-1000 Terminator. John Connor takes off, gets away, and he goes away on his dirt bike. It's funny, his little friend, the T-1000 pushes. He's like, hey, I think I saw him. He's trying to cover his friend. I think I saw him. And then the T-1000 just pushes him like, hey, it was funny. And then the Terminator and the T-1000 get in the first scuffle. They start fighting outside the arcade, or not outside, but like in the hallway. and they start hitting each other against walls and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty good battle scene. But the battle's gonna end up going continue with John Connor. John Connor's a dirt bike. He's going somewhere, somewhere like it's like an expressway sewage thing. I don't know what you call them. And that the T1000 has taken a semi truck, stolen one from somebody, and he's after John Connor over there. And Terminator's on his bike, of course. He's on a motorcycle. And I remember the Terminator on his motorcycle is driving right across John Connor on his dirt bike. Terminator picks him up, puts him with him in front of him, and they take off. Uh, the T1000 crashes a semi truck into some cement thingy near that sewage place where it's all concrete. Explodes. Terminator's looking at him and they stop, and then Terminator and John Connor take off. And it turns out the T1000 could survive because he just turns into liquid and he just puts himself together. Um, John Connor, they're driving John Connor and the Terminator. And then John Connor's like, time out, wait up, hold up. And he's like, stop, stop, stop. They stop, and then the Terminator tells John Connor, like, I'm the Terminator. He explains everything. John Connor's like, wow, you're really real. His mom had told him, of course, about the Terminators. And it's the first time he ever seen one. John Connor puts his finger on his cheek, on the Terminator's cheek, saying, oh, you're cool or whatever. Like, you are really real. Um, they have lost the T1000 for a while because T1000's under trail. It has gotten late. It's dark, and John Connor's at his food. He says, "Hey, my step parents they're kind of like jerks. I have to call and warn them." He calls over there. He calls to his step parents' house. His mom answers, and when the mom answers, the mom's at the house. Called home, and the stepdad's there, and the stepdad got some milk, and then the dogs are barking outside because they can sense the T1000 any Terminator, and then the stepdad, hey, shut up, you stupid piece of crap. He's standing up to the dog, and then the stepmom, she just goes like this, and we're like, what's going on? And then something about John says that the mom says come home or something, and then they're skeptical, like, hey, what's going on? They're kind of like curious, it's like something's not right. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger he says, I'm sorry, the Terminator says. What's the name of the dog? I don't know. He said the dog's name's Max, whatever. And he asked, hey, is Wolfie in trouble? Or the Terminator says, is Wolfie in trouble or something like that to the other Terminator. He's pretending he's John Connor. And then the Terminator goes, Wolfie's fine. Where are you? And then they could find out that was not John Connor's stepmom. Because they got the name wrong. It was not Wolfie, so that's how they tested the T1000. And then so they know it's not, and then the Terminator says your parents are dead. Now remember when the stepmom went like this, she actually turned her arm into a metal, like a metal sharp object, and it went right through the stepdad's mouth and through the car, and went through, killing the stepdad. Like, remember, the T1000 could turn into any shape or form, and the Terminator has told John Connor that they can change. He can change his hands into sharp objects. Um, there is a funny part where John Connor's arguing with the Terminator. Terminator's like, "We need to get out of here." John Connor's like, "No, let me go for a while." They're arguing about something. I think John Connor wants to see his mom. Terminator's saying like no or something like that. And then these two big muscle guys come over. They go, "What's the problem?" And then John Connor tells them, "I'm just messing around. Like, hey, you're a." Oh no, no. He's like, everything's fine or something. And the muscle guys get mad with, or at least one of them gets mad with John Connor, and he calls John Connor like dipshit. Sorry, I had to say it. I try not to cuss, but oh well. And then he's like, "Wah, am I a dipshit?" And then he had tested the Terminator earlier and said, stand on one foot, and he was still on one foot. He goes, "Hey, put your foot down." and then John Connor says, "Get him." The Terminator starts beating him up, but he's about to kill one of them with his gun, and then John Connor moves the Terminator's arm not to kill him. Like, "No, from now on you're not gonna kill." And then the muscle guys are all beat up. They run away, and he goes, "I don't." And the Terminator's kind of like, "I don't understand." And then John Connor says, "You're not supposed to kill. You're never supposed to kill." Okay. So we're gonna go during this part of the film. The Terminator is telling John, "We need to get out of here as soon as possible. We need to get you to safety because nuclear explosion is coming. Whatever. We just need to save you for the future, basically." But John Connor's like, "No, my mom is in a mental institution, and we need to take her out." By the way, his mom's in a mental institution. They had caught Sarah Connor trying to put. It is said they put Sarah Connor in jail because she was trying to blow up some technical factory institution. I don't know what, something doing with computer parts and all that. You know why? Because she's trying to stop Judgement Day. She's trying to blow up anything to do with computers, whatever. She's trying to stop it. So they have caught her, and now they put her in a mental institution because she was telling them about the Terminators. So John Connor and the Terminator's like, "Isn't that a good idea? But fine, one of my orders is to take your orders." So okay. So John takes the Terminator to the mental institution, and they're gonna try to bail out Sarah Connor. They do get in. T-1000 is right under trail. He goes over there too, and there's gonna be a battle in there. So John Connor and the Terminator are in that mental institution. They're trying to bail out Sarah Connor, but there is a part where the T-1000 is already in there, and there's these two cops. They're like, I don't know, they're like cops or bailiffs, and they're two fat twins. It's really cool. No, it's actually one. No, I'm sorry, they're not twins. I don't think there's one this fat guy, but he gets with a T-1000. T-1000 turns to his shape. That's why I say the twins. And he does the same thing. He kills the sheriff probably with his metal object hands that his hands could turn into. Kills that guy. So John Connor and Terminator they're successful. They bust Sarah Connor out of there, and they evade the T-1000 again. They take off, and they're off in a vehicle. Terminator's driving. Sarah Connor's in the passenger seat, and I believe John Connor's in the back seat. And Sarah Connor's telling John, "That was stupid of you to come and get me." She's basically like, "You're my mom," kind of deal. It's funny because the Terminator's driving in complete darkness in the car. Like, it's totally dark. The windows are out. They evaded the T-1000. I believe during the battle, the T-1000, he had made his arm into a hook, and he started hitting the back of the trunk trying to crawl while they were driving. And I think they shot him. He flew back. So, and then you see the T-1000 walking, like my puppet, walking down the street. He's gonna try to find another plan how to catch him. Um, the Terminator, Sarah Connor and John Connor in the car. They end up going to a gas station. The Terminator has been shot through the battles with the T-1000. So they're there in an empty gas station. Nobody's there. It's all dark. It looks like an abandoned gas station. They're inside, and then you actually see Sarah Connor working on the back of the Terminator, taking out stuff back. I think he even works on her because I think she got wounded too. John Connor's there. There is seeing the discipline because the Terminator's a robot. That he does stand by the window, and all he does is he just looks and sees where to. He sees he just guarding, make sure nobody, especially T-1000, and they're off. And in the morning, I mean, it shows at night. He's just looking, and it turns dark, and he's guard all night. He's a robot. He's disciplined. Of course, the robot's easy for him. And then they go in the car again, and they do stop where he go eat somewhere. I remember the part, and Sarah's kind of like out of it. She's sitting on the side of the car, in the side. And then John Connor's like, "You want some of my fries?" And she says no. She's still whacked in the head, man. She's been through too much trauma in her life because of the Terminators and Judgment Day and all that. They drive again, and they end up going to this guy, Hispanic guy that Sarah Connor, I think was friends with, or maybe it was an ex-boyfriend. And this guy has a family now, and it's in the middle of nowhere, but there's a lot of cars, a lot of stuff like that. They meet up, and Sarah Connor tells this guy, "I need a vehicle." He tells this guy, "I need a vehicle." This Hispanic guy, "I need a vehicle, and I need weapons." And then Sarah Connor tells both of them, Terminator and John, "You're on weapons detail." They go somewhere that's hiding in the ground in that area, and the Terminator takes with a chain, and this board is in the bottom, and then they find it's a hidden underground place that has a whole bunch of weapons. And they go inspect their weapons, and then John Connor tells the Terminator, "You like this stuff?" And because they have all the weapons, man, they have Gatling guns and everything. And he's like, gives a little smile, like that's really cute. They're getting ready and stuff, and then Sarah Connor had asked the Terminator to give all the goods, give all the information about Judgment Day, how it happened, all that. And he comes up with a name called some guy named Dyson. It's somebody that's going to play a big role in creating Skynet. Not Skynet is the main Terminator computer. So Sarah Connor takes it upon herself to take the vehicle, or she goes to go take a vehicle, and she takes weapons. She's gonna try to kill Dyson. Dyson is this man that, like I say, played a big role in making Skynet and all that. He's like somewhat of the creator, one of the big honchos doing it. So Sarah Connor drives really far. She gets the address, and and she finds Dyson. Dyson is a family man. He has a wife and a kid. She goes to the residence. She goes to the house. And John Connor and the Terminator find out she has left. They go after her. They're going to try to stop her. And she does. She gets Dyson at gunpoint. He's going to kill him, but in a way, I think she can't. And then John Connor and the Terminator go over there, and they make sure she doesn't kill him. They make sure she doesn't kill him. And then they start explaining to Dyson, "Hey, this is what happens." It's kind of an interesting scene because Dyson has the little boy. They're scared. The mom's scared, and they want to show him something. And then John Connor takes the John Connor's like, show him, but she tells the little boy, hey, let me show me your room with all your toys and all that. Then the Terminator like slits his arm, and he just takes out the skin and shows out his robot arms like this. Tells Dyson and the wife like, listen closely. And then once again, the Terminator spills all the goods, and he tells Mr. Dyson everything that's gonna happen, the nuclear explosions and everything. And then Dyson explains, well, he's all scared and everything, but he's like, no, we're breaking through stuff, and we were gonna do great things electronically and everything, but he's like, he's very shocked that a nuclear war is gonna come out of it and destroy like most of mankind, destroy millions and millions of people. And they're kind of come up with a plan. Hey, what can we do for stopping Judgment Day? And we can like go over there. See, we're gonna blow up where Dyson works, where all the stuff is happening, where they're developing all the Terminator stuff. That's about to happen. That's when it creates Skynet and all that. So Dyson, John Connor, Sarah Connor, Terminator, they're gonna go to Dyson's place of employment. And I believe it's in the city. So they go in a big building. They have to get through security. They do. They're gonna try to destroy everything they can. Especially and from part one, they had took like, I don't know, an arm and a chip or whatever. They're gonna try to destroy that. Dyson has a code to get in there. They do get in there. It's kind of hard. Well, it's not hard for the Terminator, but John Connor's instructed for him not to kill anybody, so he can't kill guards and stuff like that. So there is a battle. They find out about it and they send cops. Cops are sent over there. Down there. Now we got the T-1000 coming back. T-1000 has taken a police officer's motorcycle, a police motorcycle. He's there in the scene, and he's gonna intervene. But it's mostly a battle with the Terminator and the cops. The cops are all outside the building. The Terminator has somewhat of a galley gun, but he shoots all the cop cars from outside. He does not kill them. There's even a police helicopter, and it says on his thing, dun, 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 that there's zero, like his right of his eyes, the digital stuff he sees. And then I believe he shoots like from a smoke bomb gun that shoots bombs out there, and cops are getting gassed out. There's some cops that get in with the gas masks. Dyson has gotten caught, but he does have some. He's attached to a detonator that can put bomb. Because they planted bombs there. The Terminator and Sarah and Connor, they planted bombs everywhere. Dyson is holding on to the detonator, and Sarah Connor, and the Terminator, and John Connor. They get out of there. They escape. What ends up happening at the end of that scene is Dyson, with Denner, he presses the button and the whole building explodes and everything. And Sarah and the Terminator and John Connor escaped, and now they have the T-1000 is there and Terminator is there, and he's after them. And the T-1000 is going at he's going after, that's how it's gonna be. He's going after the Terminator, Sarah Connor and John Connor. There's like high speed pursuits and all that. Okay, I'm about to end it there. I'm not gonna spoil the movie. I feel like I want to. It's because I've seen it so many times, but some of you guys, will actually, you guys that have not seen the movie, you're probably gonna like it a lot. And those of you who have seen it, you kind of don't mind me telling you the end because you already know the end. So I'm gonna stop there I want to be considerate today because I don't do it all the time, and I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna let you guys give you guys a chance to go look for it or see it. I ain't gonna spoil the end, so you can, go check it out. You might want to either buy the movie, rent it online, and what have you. I mean, go at it, man, or just check out scenes of it on YouTube or something and see if it's a movie you like. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review uh, of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I hope you get something out of it. Remember, I love you guys, and remember my saying. Well, I try to say it. Try to remember to say it after every video. The world will never be a perfect place, but we can all make it better. I hope you enjoyed my review. This concludes my review of Terminator Judgment Day, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And so I'm Alberto, aka Destroyer 48. Subscribe for nuts. Ha ha ha. Got an almond treatment back. Till next time. Love you, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.